Hey everyone, Theron Asbury here with Revital Outdoors again, bringing you another exciting podcast. Tonight we have another winning podcast for you. We're going to interview Mr. Doug Austin, the recent winner of the BFL Volunteer Division event on South Holston Lake. So very excited to talk to Doug. He's from the great state of Virginia, and he was able to walk away the victory this past weekend on South Holston. So we're very excited to have Doug on our podcast this evening, talk about everything that he went through to capture that win. Before we get started, Revital Outdoors is very excited to announce we are doing a $2,500 giveaway for a lucky angler at the end of the season. All you have to do to enter this giveaway is hit the link at the top of the description below this video. It takes 3 seconds to enter, and I promise you're not going to want to miss this. Our giveaway is going to consist of product from the companies such as Flambeau Outdoors, Costa Del Mar, Strike King Lures, Seagar Line, Tackle Warehouse, some Revital Outdoors product. It's a great giveaway for every avid angler out there. To be that lucky angler to win, all you have to do, as I mentioned, is hit that link and enter in, and it doesn't take but a second to do that. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. Also, check us out on Facebook and Instagram. That's Revital Outdoors. And if you've never heard of Revital Outdoors, we're a premium CBD company. We offer premium CBD products to all the outdoor enthusiasts out there. So if you have back trouble, aches and sorenesses, discomfort, anything in your joints, your knees, your elbows, your hands, anything like that, that's where our products are really geared toward, to help you alleviate some of those aches and sorenesses, help you sleep better at night, reduce your anxiety. Our products are THC-free, made right here in America, and you can purchase them directly off our website. That's www.revitaloutdoors.com. So that being said, very excited for this podcast. Mr. Doug Austin from the great state of Virginia. How you doing this evening, Doug?
Hey, just fine. How are you?
I'm doing good. Good to see you. I just want to start out by saying congratulations on your win. Was this your first BFL win, Doug?
It was my second, actually.
It was your second. Okay. Regardless, it's hard enough to win one. To be able to say you win two, man, that's just absolutely awesome. I know anglers that have been fishing for a long time, including myself, that hasn't been able to capture that W in the BFL tournament. So it's really cool to meet a guy that's won two of them. But let's talk about South Holston. So South Holston's a lake in the volunteer division. Not a lot of anglers talk about. Many anglers have never really even heard of. I had never heard of it before I started really looking at it for this podcast. So tell us about South Holston, what's so special, and maybe, give us some insight of how you were able to walk away with the win last weekend.
Well, it's predominantly smallmouth, which that's basically what I fish for. And it hit at the right time of the year, the tournament did. Spawn, been going on for about 2.5 to 3 weeks when it happened. South Holston is a deep, clear water lake. Loaded with smallmouth. I mean, and you hear guys talk before tournament, it'd be a mixed bag, largemouth, smallmouth. That time of year, it's going to be smallmouth for sure.
Okay. Is that what you predominantly caught your fish in the tournament? Was all smallmouth?
Oh, yeah, all smallmouth. I mean, there's a chance that fishing the way we do, which it's little green worm time, is what they call it around here. Fishing the way we do, you might throw in there and catch a 4 or 5 pound largemouth. It really happens. Okay. But it's going to be predominantly smallmouth that time of year, every year.
Okay. Were you looking at them on a bed, or were you still kind of related to that pre-spawning pattern? Were they staging the fish you were catching, or?
Most of them were on the bed. It's just blind casting the areas they bed.
Oh, okay. So you're not actually sight fishing, but you are catching bedding fish.
Yeah.
Okay. So is that because South Holston's a little bit dirty where you were fishing, or?
Well, South Holston, for the most part, is a clear lake. This time of year, every now and then, you get a little algae bloom and stuff of that nature that makes it hard to see. But the fish, mostly 6 to 8 foot is the depth they'll spawn in here. And you very rarely ever see them. Occasionally you will, but for the most part, you don't.
Okay. So is that how you caught all your fish? You said a little green worm. We'll just leave it at that. I think I know what you're talking about, and that's something I don't even want to reveal myself. So is that how you caught all your fish?
Yeah, every one of them.
Okay. How many keepers did you catch throughout the day?
I probably didn't have but like 9 keepers. It was a tough day. Practice had went well. Me and my boy Seth, we practiced together. Wednesday before practice, we caught over 50. Mm-hmm. And he had a good little spot that he was going to start on that was loaded with good fish, 3.5 to 4 pounders. And I was hoping he would win so bad. But when he got there, they was all small, 2.5 to 3. My practice with him 2 days, went with a friend of mine, Jack Dye, the third day on Friday before the tournament. We fished away from Seth's area and found a few. Nothing, I didn't have high hopes at all. Not at all. But it just worked out. It's like I say, when it's your turn, no matter what.
Yeah.
And it was my turn for sure.
Okay. Okay. Did you catch your fish predominantly throughout the day, early in the morning?
Periodically all day. We pull up on the bank, catch 3 or 4. It's the small ones. A lot of them weren't even keepers. And then all of a sudden we come across a good one. And it took me all day to get my 5th big one, but good one. I had a 240 in the live well with 30 minutes to go.
Okay.
And called it out with a 3-something.
Right, right. So give us a little idea. These fish obviously were on beds, but was there something particular with the area that you were fishing? Was it, leading into a spawning pocket? Was it leading into, the main, what made it about the area that you fished, why those better quality fish were in there? Is there any rhyme or reason for that, or were you going off history or?
History. All history. Yeah. Yeah, out here, mostly we got a lot of black shell, steep bluff walls, black shell with ledges. They bed on that, seems like first most of the time.
Right.
And then the latter wave, as you call it, they'll go to the flatter river rock, stuff of that nature, flatter points. And that's where I caught most of them in this, was on the flatter type banks, not the steep black shell.
Okay. I got you. Did you lose any fish throughout the day?
I didn't lose any. It would have helped me. I mean, I fished clean for once. It finally happened.
Right. So, and especially with smallmouth fishing, that's hard to do. Those smallmouth are notorious for, I had a, quick story. I had an angler tell me one time, when it comes to smallmouth fishing, you only really truly land about 60% of the fish you're going to, hook into.
That's true. That's true.
They're hard.
Especially catching the way we do. When you set the hook on them, they go crazy. Catch them off the bed or whatever. I mean, it's out of the water, down, strip and drag. It takes you twice as long that it should to get one in the boat.
Right. I presume that you were catching all your fish on a spinning rod.
Yeah, spinning rod. I use 7-pound fluorocarbon, Sunline Sniper, 1/8 ounce weight and 1/0 hook. I use that 1/8 ounce weight on that light line because when you cast over, you want that bait to get to the bottom as quick as possible. Even if you're casting in 3 foot of water, you want it to get to the bottom as quick as possible, and then you can start easing it along and get to where you need to be.
Right.
So that's why I use light line. And 1/8 ounce sinker don't seem to get hung up as bad. At times you'll have to go to 3/16 if the wind's up.
Right.
To keep it down there. But that day, 1/8 ounce was all day long. It wasn't terribly bad windy.
Okay. Well, good for you. Doug, really congratulations on your win. You're giving us a lot of great information. Let's talk about the rest of the season. What's the rest of the season look like for you? Now you've already qualified for the regional. So what's your goals throughout the rest of the year? Now you can kind of relax.
Yeah, I had planned on just fishing the one BFL out here. The other lakes and my schedule and stuff wasn't going to work out for me to fish those. So luckily, this one qualified me to go on. Hopefully I'll get to do that. I just don't know. It's in October, so long way ahead. Just have to wait and see how the schedule goes from there. But the rest of the year, pretty much, we just finished up a federation tournament on Watauga, me and my son, which we won it. But when I got him in the boat, I mean, he can catch them like nobody else. He's made me a whole lot better fisherman.
Right.
Just being with him, watching him. So now it's probably maybe a little nighttime rodeo here and there, and a lot of golf.
Good for you. But I have to say, a good day to be on the golf course is a better day to fishing. Just got to throw that out there. But hey, golfing and fishing, they kind of go 1 and 2 with each other. So really, it's a matter of just get out and outdoors, do something that you enjoy. Get away from the news and the media and turn the TV off and get outside. It's a good way to recreate for sure. So, well, Doug, I know you don't do this alone. You mentioned your son. You got a great family behind you. I know you got a lot of support there in the state of Virginia where you live. Anybody you'd like to give a shout out to before we let you go?
Well, first, the good Lord above for waking me up every morning and give me the health to get out and do this.
Mm-hmm.
My family, my wife, she puts up with a lot like everybody else's wives do, fishermen's wives. My mom and dad, they've helped me tremendously over the years. Then good friends, Robbie Nelson, good buddy of mine, he let me borrow his boat Saturday because my boy was taking ours to fish as a boater.
Mm-hmm.
He let me borrow his boat, so I appreciate that. And Jack Dye, me and him practiced on Friday. If it hadn't been for him, I'd been sitting at the house that day because my boy was going with a friend of his. So, and then, they just numerous people, Just Fishing, Watson's Marine, just everybody. I mean, I could sit here and talk 20 minutes about that, but I won't hold you up.
No, it's good that you got great support. And, and you hit on something that's extremely true, that even down to little BFL guys, it takes a lot of people behind us, both family and in the fishing community, to make this happen. It's not just going out and fishing a one-day Saturday tournament. It truly does take the industry. It takes a lot of, friends and people behind us. It takes a lot of support. So I'm glad to see you have that. And it paid itself off. You were able to walk away with that victory on South Holston. So, well, Doug, really appreciate you coming on our podcast again. For all the listeners out there, you've been talking to Mr. Doug Austin, the recent winner for the BFL Volunteer Division event on South Holston Lake. Thank you, Doug, and good luck to you for the rest of your season, for everything that you are fishing. Good luck to all the BFL volunteer anglers. Before we let you go, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. Also, you've been seeing the scrolling banner below this video. Hit that link at the top of the description right below this video. Enter into our $2,500 sweepstakes giveaway. Again, as I mentioned, I promise you, if you're an avid angler like Doug and I, you're not going to want to miss this one. We got a lot of great stuff to give away to that lucky angler at the end of the year, and it just takes a few seconds to enter in. From all of us at Revital Outdoors, I'm Theron Asbury. Thank you again for tuning into this podcast. Be safe out there. God bless. We'll talk to everyone very, very soon.